Run Like Hell by Pink Floyd. Here's a quick run through. Open 5th string A for tuning. Now, I guess we have to talk a little bit about the effects here. Obviously, the main effect is the digital delay. Most multi-effects and a lot of amps these days have a digital delay built in. You want 380 milliseconds of delay, which sounds like this. You want your feedback, which is how many times it repeats, to be fairly high. I put it up around halfway. It depends on the delay because different delays, the settings are different. On my PODXT here, I have my feedback set to 55%. And you want your mix, which is how much the delay sounds in proportion to your dry signal. You want that fairly high too. I have mine at 47%, which is just under half. So, you start off by pedaling that D, which is the open 4th string. And you have to palm mute it. Now, the palm muting here is really the key to getting this whole thing to sound right, because the D is palm muted, but the chords ring out. And you have to get back on that palm muting fairly quick after you play the chords, but the trick is kind of to mute just that 4th string and try to let the high notes keep ringing out. So I'm not really putting the meat of my hand along the whole bridge. I'm trying to not block the top 3 strings as much as I can, so that those notes will keep ringing out. Okay. So let's go start off with the fingering here. Starting off on a D, which is 10th fret here, 1st and 2nd strings, you're barring, and then you're putting your 2nd finger right here on the 11th fret. And rather than playing it all here, I'm just going to turn off the delay and go through the fingering. So now that is the D, looks like a D shape pattern. We're playing it up here with your ring finger here on the 10th fret. So we're at 9, 9, and 10. By the way, all these chords are only on the first 3 strings. So we're here. Then we're going to move that pattern down 2 frets. I'll slide over here. So right here we're on the 7th fret. So once again. Now this is actually a D chord. This is the easiest way for me to play it. Starting on the 5th fret here, or with your index finger, 1st string, and the next 2 strings are on the 7th fret. Alright, and then we're doing that same shape that we started out with, which up there was a D. This is on the 5th fret here, so it's an A. So we're barring the first 2 strings here, and then 6th fret with your 2nd finger. And that whole thing goes down 2 frets. Okay, so let's recap that one again. I'll go slowly. And then we're ending. And that is part of an A chord. we're just the high E string is open, and then we're doing second fret on the second and third strings, and then we're ending on an actual normal D chord. Okay, so I'll pull back here, see maybe we can fit this all in one shot. So let's try it with the pedaling. Okay, so let's turn the delay on, and let's try that again. So once again, the hardest part I find of that is to get that pedaling to sound right, and it really does make it sound like there's two guitars playing, because you're able to put that in between the notes that ring, and that's really what sells it. So I'll play it through one time just so you can get closer on this hand. And you also really have to be careful when you're fretting those chords, not to have any of the fingers touch that open D string, because your fingers are coming awfully close to it. It's easy to slip up and let a finger touch, and then you have that, So that's one thing you have to be careful. Be very precise with your fingering, and don't let your index finger or any other finger accidentally touch that open fourth string.